Hey, it's your boy Chango coming at you with another video. This video is "This Massage Ruined My Life, 2 Bears, 1 Cave" highlight. Alright, so I did a video similar to this a few days ago with Distefano and Stavros taking over the 2 Bears, 1 Cave highlight. I got a kick out of it, so I figured, you know what, let's do another one. But yeah, with that being said, let's get right into it.
I do have a fucked up shoulder. I could use some, and some back pain. I'd love a massage. The problem I have with a massage is I've never not wanted to get jerked off during it. Even at a physical therapist, I go and get these legitimate sports massages, right? And we're not in a private room. It's like, bright lighting, overhead lighting, and it's like, just painful. Nothing erotic about it whatsoever. There's no lotions. There's no nothing. And I was like, if this lady started jerking me off, I'd be a little surprised because the receptionist is right there, and there's an elderly woman getting her fucking knee worked on on the table next to us. But like, if she just put a little towel over it and was like, this is part of it, like, I just think. And by the way, I don't understand why it's a happy ending. It should be the happy beginning. Right. Because now I'm not stressed. Now I'm not thinking of otherwise I'm thinking about getting jerked off the whole time. Even if I'm getting like cupping and it's painful, I'm like, if this was a milking table and you just cut a little, that's how they should do it. Yeah. Milking table, you're laying down and they just jerk, and it's not sexual at all. It's purely, I feel like I would be more relaxed.
I'm like envisioning you in like a full neck brace, like knee all messed up in the physical therapy clinic, like the back of a New York sports club. You just get a massage by some old lady, rock hard. Absolutely. I've never
a strong Hispanic man, and I'm like, I really don't want you to jerk me off.
Dude, the best are the Filipinos, like in physical therapy, because they have like this guy,
little hands.
Little hands. He was like, they can get into every nook and cranny. And it's true, dude. The best massages, even in physical therapy school, when they would teach us massages, it was always like some small Filipino instructor that would just get in there and like move your organs around. I've never gotten a happy ending. Have you ever gotten one?
By accident, legitimately, I did one time. I don't want to tell the story because it's like doing your own bit on stage. But I did by accident because I was getting these sports massages, and like the tour I was doing 2 years ago when I was like, I was truly 5'7", 350 pounds. Like, I was so fucking fat. And like,
what are you now?
I'm 285.
Ooh, skinny mini.
Skinny.
That is significant weight loss.
It's significant weight loss, but it's like, come on. You know what I mean? Like when I tell people I've lost, I guess, I haven't done the math, but I guess that's 70 pounds. People are like, you squint when you hear that. You're like, you lost 70 pounds. Yeah. So there was this plus 70, and it's like, it is fucked up. But we're getting there.
You're getting there.
The march to 2XL shirts. We're getting
amazing,
there.
dude.
We're getting close. I can put a 2XL on tight.
Dude, this looks sick, by the way.
Thank you. It is 4XL, but thank you.
Does look good, though.
Yeah. I tell them, well, it's an Italian brand, obviously. Hey, it's small cut.
Exactly.
This is a slim cut 4X. But so the place I was going had a water main break, and I had to, and I would get these massages because I was so fucking fat that just doing stand up, like just doing this would hurt my body. Right. Basically, I was just getting, you're so fucking fat. You're on airplanes. No, even first class, I'm like, first class is not comfortable. And I started getting first class when I couldn't afford it because I was too fat for the regular seats. Yeah. Now we're doing okay. Thank you, everybody.
Shout it out.
Now it's a fucking luxury. I'm still too fat for the regular seats, by the way.
I don't really know how people do it. I mean, like, I gotta say, I'm doing all right. I'm doing pretty good. But I can't afford first class. Shit is wild. I don't know how people do it. Like, you have to really make some good money to be able to get first class. Let's say it's just you and your spouse going somewhere. Shit is expensive. I got a trip overseas coming up in November, and I looked at what first class is. I don't. Like, I'd have to take a big chunk of my savings account to be able to afford that. And for what? I guess I'm gonna find out. This is gonna be by far the longest flight I've ever done. And after it, I can kind of decide whether or not it would be worth it. But I just can't imagine a scenario where I'm just like, you know what? Let's splurge a little bit, because fuck that. Anyways, let's carry on.
First class is the only place the seatbelts buckle.
Right.
So, anyway. And this really is Two Bears. I accidentally talked about being on first class. This is I'm embarrassed about it. That's the difference, folks.
Right.
I'm embarrassed that I'm a class traider.
Yeah.
One day I'll be back. Don't worry. I'm a Greek. I don't know how to handle my money.
Right.
And so my back hurt so much that I basically needed a jacked Latino man to put my spine into order. Mm-hmm. And basically he would basically just move my legs around like I was exercising.
Right.
I was too fat to fucking go on a jog, but I could pay a Latino man to fucking move my hips around for 10 minutes.
Be the bicycle for you?
Yeah. And I would feel okay. I was so fat I would need to do that every like 2 weeks. And they had a water main break, and so I just found a random massage place, and it was a fucking happy ending. And it fucking ruined me, because now every legitimate massage I get, I'm like, whoa. Because I went in that thinking it was legit.
Were they like all Asian women though?
It was, I mean, it was, but I'm not, I'm going in there, I'm like, well, don't be fucking xenophobic, don't be racist. These people just want their piece of the American pie. I'm sure they're trained professionals, but it was like,
they were.
It was fucked up.
So dude. They don't even, because I've never even been in the room for it. Like, they just start doing it.
What do you mean you've never been in the room?
I'm saying,
what, are you fucking gonna audit a happy ending? It's like those where they do surgery in front of like an auditorium where they're like trainee happy ending givers all watch, like, oh yeah, that's jerking the dick. That's good.
So what do? They just roll you over at the end and just start doing it? No questions asked?
There is some hints that this might be, like, I remember being like, well, she's getting I've never had someone work on my quads and then rub my nuts on the way out. You know what I mean? There's some hints. I'm like, that was odd. There's
why
a few moments where you're like, what's going on here? But truly, I was like,
then you just start getting rocked, right?
Yeah, I mean,
you have to.
It was fucked up. It was insane.
Was she relatively decent looking too?
No, she was old, and it was not. I was not. That's how good she was at jacking me off. I was actually not hard, because it's an old woman, and then they start rubbing your nipples. And again, I am not a nipples. That's not. You would look at me, you think I'm fat as shit. Maybe nipples work for me. No, in fact, that's never been my thing. The only time a woman ever touched my nipples, it almost felt like they were making fun of me for being fat.
Right.
Like their thing was shaming. Like they had
putting ketchup and mustard on them.
No, it felt like the girl. I've been with girls who legit like fat guys. Like, I remember one time, I was on tour and a girl was like. And I wasn't doing it. I was, come down, it was going on, but I wasn't like doing that well. But I assumed it's a mentally ill come town female listener who just wants to fuck. She came over, dude. She had never heard of come town. Because I would post naked pictures back in the day.
Yeah.
She was a hot woman that loved fat guys. And she was like rubbing my body in a way that was like arousing. She was rubbing my fat stomach, and I was like, whoa, this is kind of sick. Like, it was like, I felt the way. Like a hot woman must feel when a guy's like, holy fuck. Like, when I'm like rubbing tits, I'm like, I turn into a fucking animal. This woman just was like rubbing my stomach, and I was like, I could get used to this. Wow. Only time that's ever happened in my life.
One and done with her?
Yeah, one and done. It was very far away. I was on the road. But then, and the only other time a woman has played with my nipples, it's been like, I've gotten the vibe that she's trying to punch. She's like getting off on shaming me for being fat. Yeah. Like, it's like, you fucking fat cocksucker.
You like that?
You like sucking my dick and like pinching my nipples. You like that, you fat piece of shit.
She's showing you like cheeseburgers and administering pain. She's trying to do a technique.
I feel like I've definitely looked up with women who have like eating disorders, because I've clearly, being this fat is also an eating disorder. It's funny, fat people don't think of it that way, but I 100% have an eating disorder. Like, food matters to me. And I have looked up with a lot of people who have it on the I feel like I have admiration from women that are like have an eating disorder in the opposite direction. Like, I wish I could eat as much, or they find it like cool that I don't care how fucking fat I am, which is also kind of disrespectful. It's like, wow, you're such a fat piece of shit, but you believe in yourself.
He doesn't even care.
He doesn't even care.
Look at him.
They're attracted to that, which I'll take. If it gets me head from hot girls, I'll take it. But yes, I've never been a nipples guy. This woman just was a fucking. I don't know what they're teaching in those massage schools, but like I was truly harder than I've ever, and it's an old woman that I'm not attracted to, just kind of fucking just playing with them just right, just kind of flicking them just right. My dick gets hard as shit and I bust insanely fast because I'm like, what? I'm disoriented. I'm like, you know what I mean? What the hell's going on
Another
here?
sneak attack.
Yeah. It was
You got Pearl Harbor.
Not quite Pearl Harbor. But before I knew it, I was like, what's going on?
And then do they have the towel ready? Like you just blow? Like how does that? What happens there? You think they get hit ever?
I don't remember. I mean, again, I'm not. I don't remember what the towel was. I don't remember.
There's a part of me that wants to try this.
Yeah, well, you're getting married literally in like a month.
Yeah, but couldn't there be?
You just were talking about how you're finally happy.
Yeah.
You're settled. You've accepted everything in your life, and now you're like, well, I should get jerked
But are
off.
there some cultures where they just allow that?
I think Japan, the salaryman culture in Japan is very big, where I've seen a couple viral TikToks where they'll just man on the street people and be like, is it cheating to fuck a sex worker? And they'll be like, no. That's like, is it cheating to go to the dentist? Like, they look at it that way. You know what I mean? Dentist is in your mouth. Is that cheating? You know what I mean? Like, they just look at it as like, that's not fun. You can just fuck
do whatever you want.
As long as you're paying for pussy, it's not cheating, which I love theoretically, but feels a little off.
But like, I wish like with marriage is a contract. It's like if there are incentives
so
like an
toast.
NBA player. It's like, you know what, dude? If I can bring more than a certain amount of money to this family, I'll get hand jobs.
Right.
Matt, like you win the World Series, like you have set up the family for life. Bonus, you can get like a prostitute once a decade. Things like that.
Seems.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not looking to like have active. I don't want to have affairs. I'm not looking. I don't want to do that. I respect the sanctity of it, but it would be nice to have like a loophole where it's like if she says, "Hey," or maybe she just dresses up like a masseuse once in a while. That'd be nice.
Bert and Tom, Tom and Bert.
You know, I feel like he got a little more personal for my taste, right? Stavros getting his nipples played with. You know, I could have gone my whole life without hearing that, right? I mean, I guess I clicked on the video, right? So I guess I should have expected the worst. I mean, they are comedians, right? But he said something, right? Like, a hot chick was into fat dudes. And when he said that, all I can think is like, what kind of hot chick? And what I mean by that is like, there's hot chicks that are just won the genetic lottery. They never have to go to the gym. They never have to work on themselves. They are just beautiful and just because, right? So maybe someone like that looks at him maybe and is into it. But if a chick is hot because she works hard and she goes to the gym and she lifts and all that shit, right? She has to work hard for it. I just can't imagine someone like that goes to the gym every day, looks at someone that doesn't do shit and is attracted to that. I don't see a scenario where that is a turn on for a hot chick that has to work hard for it, right? You know, it's like, I gotta put in all this work, but you wake up and the first thing you have is a Twinkie and all this garbage, right? That is hot. I just don't see it. And then Chris Distefano talking about how he should get a pass if he wins the World Series, right? That is a fucked up thing to say, but like, I don't understand what it's like to be that level of celebrity, right? It's one thing not to chase chicks, right? But if chicks are just coming after you, like, that's gotta be pretty hard to resist, right? Like, especially, like, let's say he marries a 9, right? But then 12 and 13 out of 10s are coming at you daily. Yeah, and then you win the World Series or whatever, right? I feel like a man's got to work really hard to resist that, right? Like, I saw a joke one time with Chris Rock, and it's like it's easy to just not get after it, but if they're coming after you, I don't remember exactly how the joke went, but it's just like, it's easy for just the average person to be like, oh, I would never, right? But until you're in that situation, man, like, I just have no idea, right? I would like to think that your boy Chango would be pretty disciplined, right? But there's no way to know that, right? Anyways, if you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. Your boy Chango welcomes new subscribers. I'm running a special right now where if you like and subscribe, it is free $99. Fuck yeah, I'm running a special, and you know what? Go ahead and take advantage of it. You know? I welcome you to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. But anyways, that's all I really got. You guys take care. Peace out.